So actually, it's just great to be here in person in San Francisco. No masks, not too many masks at least. So that's pretty great. After 3 years, I'm not sure how many of you were here 3 years ago when we had our last live in-person Non-Dilutive Funding Summit. It was pretty great, but actually today we have a record number of people registering, and we expect record attendance throughout the day. So we're absolutely thrilled to have you here today, and thrilled to have the event and actually be here in San Francisco again. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you all know, markets will not be so kind to the life science sector or in general in 2022, and most analysts predict things will not be much better, at least in the first half of 23. Some companies who will be affected the most by this situation, by the markets, are small and mid-sized companies within our market, within life science sectors. And they rely primarily on VCs, they rely on angel investments, and these are tough to get today. Also public companies with deeper pockets and with better positioning find it very, very difficult today. Situation is not great as valuations are cut dramatically. So ultimately, I think everyone is pretty much trying to avoid raising money today. Unless they have to in this climate, and try to extend their runway, to extend to times where markets will be more favorable and times where valuations will be more flattering. While hopefully able to increase valuation through advancing their pipeline with available cash and extending their proof of concept and their products, etc. Simultaneously, though, and I'm not sure how many of you know that, while the markets go down, we witness an increase in available funding through non-dilutive funding sources. And this is actually not new. We actually have seen this happening in 2008, 2009. We've seen it happening in 2 years ago during the COVID pandemic. And we know this becomes now an even more important and greater source of funding, more strategic and generally more important. Non-dilutive funding remains and has always been a strategic source of funding for our industry, complementing capital from other sources. But today, NIH budget has increased to $47.5 billion. The SBIR through NIH went up to $1.7 billion a year. And of course, there are other sources, SBIR sources that are not NIH, SBIR through DOD, through NSF, etc. So there's a lot more money available. There are many, many opportunities available. The available money per each submission, per each application project went up, and SBIR a couple of years ago was, you could get max of $1.5 million. You can today get $3 million and even more for a single submission, phase 2, SBIR, etc. So things are looking better on this angle, on the non-dilutive funding route. I think in addition, there are many other sources of funding available through NIH, DOD, other agencies and programs that are not part of the SBIR program, and they become available and relevant and important. So they're here to support early stage, but also translational and clinical research. These sources of funding we'll be focusing on today. Wonderful speakers that we're able to bring over here to San Francisco to present to you, to present their programs, available funding opportunities, sources of funding, different ways of getting there, within the federal government, but also outside the federal government. We've got CIRM presenting here today as well. And I believe this will make that point of the importance of non-dilutive funding as an engine supporting our industry even more than it has always been. Non-dilutive funding is a main source, is a focus. It allows companies to extend their runway. It allows companies to go through tough patches of little cash or more difficult times. And at extreme cases allows companies to actually go all the way to exit and sell their companies without taking money from other investors. I don't believe this is a case that represents many companies, but it happens. And it represents the potential that non-dilutive funding has. and could be taken advantage of. So, while today markets present these difficult times, I think this day, and in general what we at FreeMind do on a regular basis, day in, day out, is presenting a wonderful opportunity, a way to move forward, a way to extend runway, a way to increase valuations, to potentially develop your pipelines and work, and to be in a much, much better position when the markets will be back in better situations. In addition, we've known that for over 20 years as we've been in this business. The importance of being able to get money is not only monetary. The support and feedback received from KOLs as they review the applications and give you feedback on your science, on your work, is crucial to the company's understanding of their position and their ability to advance and become better. And they become increasingly important for investors. They review that, they understand the reviews coming from NIH, DOD, et cetera. And these reviews can definitely support the process of raising money outside of the non-dilutive funding route. So ultimately, I think, and I hope, and I believe today will be very good, will allow you to expand your understanding and knowledge of what's available, help many companies, and we're absolutely thrilled to have you here. Just thank you for being here in person. It's just wonderful to be around. Thank you so much. Have a great day.